All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with another episode of Anime Brothers. We are your hosts, Disciple Dashni and Tai So Fly,
Let's get it.
bringing in another week of anime goodness to y'all.
Yes, sir. And today we'll be talking about our ABC Villain Tournament that we just completed earlier last week before Thanksgiving.
Yep. A couple weeks back, y'all saw what we did with our main character tournament, so we decided to have one with some villains, the first one. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was kind of disappointed with this one because this one definitely didn't get as much traction as the main character one. I don't know if you posted in the same groups or didn't do it this time, but
No, I posted in the same groups. Um, I think that the fact that the main character tournament, because I didn't really like try to place them like equally like the fighters, it was just such an outrage that people were just like, that's what I was thinking, because I noticed it didn't get the same, you know, the wow factor.
see, but this one was more evenly in terms of opponents. I felt like this one was more evenly balanced,
Mm-hmm.
but then it definitely did not get the same traction
Yeah.
as the main character ones.
So I got two things. One, it's either they were too well balanced that there wasn't enough of like I'm gonna call it outrage that people want to like hate on it or anything like that. And then two, um, maybe it was just too soon from when the main character tournament ended and this started. I don't know. I
Probably,
can't really tell, but those are two options I have in my head.
I can tell you right now, this was ridiculous about well how we ended.
Oh well, before we actually get into the tournament, let's do a little true confessions to pay homage to our boy Quiet Jams, who still is on
Paternity leave.
paternity leave. And so, true confessions for today is, who did you think was going to win the villain tournament before it was all said and done? Like, who was your top?
I mean, I was going either my I had three lined up. It was either gonna be Kid Buu,
Mm-hmm.
the Demon King, or Yuak
Got you.
from Bleach. And oh, wait till we get to that matchup. It's some foolishness.
So for me, I was going off obviously who I knew. Um, I actually know more characters now, but just because I've just happened to watch more anime between now and then. But in the beginning, I assumed Kid Buu or Madara. Those were my two choices, and that's only because I knew them. And like looking through the bracket, to me, each side it was gonna come down to those two.
Nah, it was just crazy. Like, but I mean, obviously, we're gonna when we talk about the matches, they're gonna be some spoilers for certain animes for people. So if we go into an anime that you haven't seen before, just kind of skip over that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all there is to it. But yeah, it was just crazy. So the first matchup we have is Madara versus Aizen. Honestly, from the jump, I thought Aizen was winning. Now I had Aizen winning this hands, not like hands down, but it would have been the toughest matchup. But I thought Aizen was gonna win, and just was seeing some people, I felt like um a lot of people either didn't watch Bleach or can barely remember Bleach. The Madara was getting way too many votes, like it was supposed to be a wash, and I'm just like, oh, hold up now, hold up now.
Um, for that one, obviously, it's from my true confession. I had Madara winning that one, but um, I think Naruto is more relevant at the current moment, which is probably why Madara got the bump over Aizen. Because like, I mean, we know Aizen's strong fighter. I mean,
Well, it's crazy because I know when I was reading some of the comments, like, people were thinking like, "Yo, Madara will just hit with his Sharingan, and then he has the Rinnegan, especially when he goes to six path mode.
Mhm.
He could just block Aizen's technique, but like Aizen's Shikai ability, the isn't really um again like a genjutsu, so it's not like Madara can just like block it.
That's true.
So
Well,
that's why when I was having, because I was talking about it with some of my other friends, and I'm just like, yo, if Aizen can use his Shikai ability before Madara can like activate his Sharingan, I think I figured that would take over like Madara's ability. I mean, it might not, but that was my reason. I think Madara can. Um, I think I'm sorry. I think Aizen would be able to take over Madara's ability using the complete hypnosis to warp uh Madara's reality to make him think that he was doing stuff. Because you
yeah.
saw how he used it in Bleach, it was just crazy.
Hmm.
And it got to a point where it was just like, oh, even the when he was doing the battle with the Shinigami in the fake Karakura town, like he didn't even like before the battle even started, it was already activated. It was just like, oh, when was I not using Kyokusugetsu?
Yeah. No, that's
And
a
it was
tough
just
one.
like, so I'm just like, yo, if he can get that Madara, then he would be able to win that.
No, that's true. I guess I just read a couple of the comments. I guess it would just come down to speed. What would be faster, the Sharingan or the hypnosis? Well, I don't want to call it just hypnosis, but like
Or I mean, like technically with Bleach, in order to activate the Shikai ability, you have to say its name.
well,
You have to at least say its
oh,
name. But with the Sharingan, you can just open the eyes. So yeah, it's gonna be down to whoever would be able to get their ability off first.
mhm.
But like I said, in the battle when Aizen in the game, Aizen in the yeah, not the armor, the Spada, Aizen and the Spada were fighting the captains in Karakura Town. Like Aizen already had Kyokusugetsu on, and he didn't even he didn't have to like say it. He just said it. He was just like, "Oh, when did he?" They were like, "Oh, when were you using Kyokusugetsu?" And he was just like, "When did you think I
Well,
wasn't?" And I'm just like, "Okay." I mean, that's kind of a hot line. Doesn't really make much sense because like you've already laid down the groundwork that the in order to activate the ability, you have to say its name. And honestly, he had already had it on, and nobody even heard him say anything.
hmm. That leads me to believe that he turned it on at a very early stage, like probably even when he was younger, and he just kept it on.
No, I
That
mean there were times when he had, but like he was able to, because once you've been under the hypnosis, that's it. You can get chopped in at any time
mhm.
because like, and they were talking about like in the very first season when Ichigo came through, well after when it was revealed that Aizen was the dark force, like he was talking with Captain Unohana, and it was she was talking about how he demonstrated the Kyokusugetsu's ability in front of all the captains and vice captains. And it was just like, oh, that's when it was like, yeah, that's why I got you under hypnosis. Like anybody that can see it, anybody that sees it once is under it forever.
Mhm.
So it doesn't just like go away.
That's true. Uh, Nonetheless, definitely arguments for one way or the other.
I mean, if this was like a final battle, it would have been cool. I mean, it's still I think it was still a good first battle, but again, I think people just like haven't watched Bleach like that. And
Mm.
obviously with the popularity of like Naruto, they're just like, oh well, Madara's absolutely gonna win. And I'm
When?
just like, not really that much, not really that easy of a battle as some
Hmm.
people think it is.
True.
Now let's
All right.
where we go. Are we sticking on the right side, or
Yeah,
are we
let's
going
just
to
go
the?
down.
Are
Let's
we? I mean,
stay.
sticking on the left.
Let's just finish the left side. Well,
Okay.
the first part of it, and then go to the.
This match pissed me off. This made no sense. Shinobu Sensui from Yu Yu Hakusho versus Naraku from Inuyasha, and Naraku won.
I was kind of confused myself because you would think that essentially because he like his
He's
job
a
is to
demon
kill
hunter.
demon kill. Yeah,
Yeah,
you would think he'd be able to handle Naraku.
and he would be. Naraku isn't that strong. Like especially when he doesn't have the Shikanju. All he done is create clones of himself. That he barely battled Inuyasha on his own. He just kept sending poison bugs, miasma, or he just created clones of himself to
Yep.
attack Inuyasha, or he just manipulated other people to do it as well. Like Naraku's not a fighter,
Mm-mm.
so the fact that and Shinobu Sensu, like people like, and especially going off of the first tournament. Well, I mean, Yusuke was done to begin with because they had him up against Goku, but but we I like just reading the comments, especially with this matchup. People don't understand how strong the characters of Yu Yu Hakusho actually were. Like,
No, they
especially if
definitely
you
don't.
go back and watch the like Dark Tournament when they were measuring the powers, like these guys are really strong. There's no way since we losing this match.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Especially Naraku's poison insects, they're not even like they're barely C class demons. If we're out, that's generous. For me, that's generous considering calling them C class demons. But
Yeah.
Shinobu, like since we was an S, and even when Hiei, Kurama, and Kuwabara, they got to their S forms, they still couldn't beat Sensui like that, especially when he
True.
had his armor. As a matter
True.
of fact, Yusuke was like, when Yusuke became S class and he went demon form, the only reason why he won that match is because his pops took over
Basically.
and hit him with that like excessive spirit gun. Was like, yo, that's too much power.
So
But I'm just
true.
like, yeah, there's no way you have someone like Sensui like that losing to Naraku of all people. Like if you gave me like a showroom or something, like I would have given you just about any other villain in
Mm-hmm.
Inuyasha. Naraku, the one that doesn't fight.
Yeah, and the comments. It's, some of the reasons it was just like because Naraku never dies. Like it's because in the Inuyasha they just
Right? Because he kept running.
yeah.
He kept running. He wasn't trying to fight.
But yeah, no, that one that I was surprised on. I honestly had picked Century to win this one. So,
And he should have.
mm-hmm. And then moving on to the next match, Sishio from Roni Kenshin, and Griffith from Berserk. Um, wait, who
I was
won
fine
this?
with whoever won this match. Who actually ended up winning? Griffiths, right?
Griffith, yeah, Griffith.
Yes.
I had I had voted for Sensory. I mean, not Sensory. Sishio. Too many S's.
I mean, Shushio is deadly. Like he was the one who was supposed to be trained to replace
Mm-hmm.
Kenshin as the Batosai, but the government was just like, "Oh, you're too powerful," and they're trying
Yeah.
to burn him.
Yep.
But
Um,
and that's why, and for me, that played into why I chose like I had Griffith winning. That's because also Griffith never really lost a fight in Berserk.
true. And a lot of from the comments that I read, a lot of people were talking about the fact that Griffith turned into the demon
Yeah,
or the devil. So
he he turned himself into demon. He made a pact with the freaking like God hand people
yeah.
and became that demon.
So a lot of people. That's why they went towards Griffith, which makes sense. Yeah,
And
I
then
was still
also, I mean, with Shishio, like he has his burns, so like that's gonna play into the same way like it did with Kenshin is going to play into the fact that you extend the battle long enough, he's just gonna burn himself.
pretty much. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I had no quarrels with that with this matchup. Um, who we got next?
Uh,
I
Garu
always print it.
versus Hisoka.
Yeah, there he is. Garu versus
Now,
Ahsoka.
see, this for me, like I went off of Garu. See, and this is why we need jams here. A jerk. Yo, you can't give us like a good hour, huh? You and your paternity leave, you jerk. I'm just messing. But I mean, I went with Garu only because like I know One Punch Man. I haven't watched or read anything about Hunter x Hunter, so I don't really know Hisoka like that.
So I think these two fighters, this definitely is a good matchup. As for Garu, I know he's almost like a Saiyan in the sense, like every time he battles and he loses, he just keeps getting stronger and stronger. where Hizuko, I don't know what his like actual power level is. He Because in Hunter x Hunter, he literally just keeps going after the most powerful people, wanting to fight them and fighting them. Like it's almost like he's also limitless. Like I haven't really seen him lose. Like when he does lose, if he loses, he does it on purpose because it serves some kind of thing that he's game that he's playing. But I've never seen him lose on purpose. I mean, lose like actually lose. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, like, and I remember you guys were telling me stuff like you guys were saying that before when we were doing the when we were making the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I still feel like with even after what you guys told me, I still feel like Garuk is just one. We haven't really seen Garuk's max potential, but we
Mm-hmm.
know he's gotten like exponentially stronger every time he's gotten like near death and like killed himself, like almost like that Saiyan factor.
Yep. Uh,
So that's why I had Garu winning. But again, more people I don't know Hunter x Hunter. More people do, so like I can't really be mad at that.
mm-hmm.
I gotta watch the anime. That's definitely on the list.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
that
one.
list that list keeps growing. Like I got Hunter x Hunter, Black
Yeah.
Clover, Demon Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
like so much to watch.
True. Yeah, Hizuko won that one. All right.
So that rounded off the left side. On our right,
Mm-hmm.
we got Miram and Kid Buu. I mean, Kid Buu's my guy. Like, he wasn't losing there.
Yeah, I wanted Kid Buu to win this one as well. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kid Buu won purely off popularity. I don't know how I would describe because like I know the power levels and all that stuff in DBZ, and I know Merriman's strong from Hunter x Hunter, but just like comparison wise, I don't think he is like I'm a world destroyer kind of strong like Kid Buu was is.
And can he stop Kid Buu and turn him into candy?
No, he couldn't.
So yeah, Kid Buu was
Yeah,
definitely taking that.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, I would if I was gonna put any like from DBZ from Merrim, it probably would have been Cell, probably like that type of level. Plus, he had that the tail kind of thing like Cell. So, but anyways, Kid Buu did win this one, so haul it back.
Next one we got what Beast Titan
Demon King.
versus Demon. I'm sorry, Beast Titan from Attack on Titan, and we have the Demon King from Seven Deadly Sins. Definitely went with my guy, the Demon King, Seven Deadly Sins. I mean, the Beast Titan doesn't really. He has the Titan Roar, which doesn't. It's not gonna really help him in this matchup because the Beast Titan. I mean, Demon King doesn't have any of like the fluid to transform other people into the Titans. So he's just by himself, and like he does have the throwing ability, which can throw rocks. But again, that's not really going to help against the Demon King because one, the Demon King can stop um, anything that's supposed to cause him damage. He can just use his ability, the ruler, to stop all that.
So
And
when this
we also saw Captain Levi give
yes
Beast Titan that work. So this was a bad matchup for the Beast Titan.
Beast Titan. So for me, I've watched Attack on Titan, but I haven't like finished. I don't even think I got past the first season. And then
Oh, you need to watch, man.
yeah.
Especially the last season's coming out next year.
Mhm. And then for Seven Deadly Sins, I know I hadn't gone past the first season when this came out. I actually finished Seven Deadly Sins, so I know how strong the Demon King is now. I just didn't know when the tournament started. But like I'm a fan now. I wasn't sure. I didn't know anything about him before, but after finish Seven Deadly Sins,
Oh,
I like
you actually ended up reading it?
no,
Oh,
I watched it.
oh, you watched the anime so far? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't jumped into let me reframe. I finished the anime, but I haven't jumped into the manga from that.
you don't really have that many chapters
After.
after the yeah after where it ended in the anime. If you watch, especially because Netflix has most of it, especially this is going to be the final one
Hmm.
next year. So like if you jump into the manga, it's you don't have that many chapters left to read.
Cool.
It's just a fairly short one.
Nice, nice. But yeah, Demon King took this one. The next one. So this was a controversial one. All for One versus how you
Oh
pronounce this name?
my gosh. All for one from My Hero Academia versus Yuak, the leader of the
Yuak.
Quincy from Bleach. This matchup was made no sense whatsoever. I couldn't, and this is where I know it's just like, all right, people don't watch Bleach. People don't watch Bleach. People forgot about Bleach. People haven't read that final arc, and that's because like the final arc hasn't been made into an anime yet. When people go back, they'll probably watch it, and you can just tell this is like, no, people did not read this last arc. There's no way All for One beating your walk, especially the way your walk was written in the manga. That dude was the one of the most OP character I've ever seen him written, and his abilities are just ridiculous. Like
So I think
no way All for One is winning. We've seen All for One get messed up by All Might.
that's true.
And now we should, and All Might's not win. First of all, Yuwak's ability is just like the Almighty. Like I'm not gonna go into like for those people who haven't read the final arc of Bleach. I mean the anime's coming, so I'm not gonna get too into it. But basically, Yuwak's ability allows him to see the future, and he uses that to his advantage in order to defeat his opponents. Like, and you'll see it throughout that final arc. He does it multiple times. There's just no way All for One is winning this. It's ridiculous. It's not like it's a quirk. It's not like that's a power you were born with, man.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. I don't think there's any quirk all for one could have created that stops him from beating Yuwak because Yuwak again he sees the future. He'll know what all for one was trying to do.
Before he did it. No, that makes sense. But I would say this one definitely was All for One won this based off popularity. Like what's
What
going
was
on.
the and what was the number of votes? Like it wasn't even close. It was ridiculous.
I mean 3 points, 7-4.
7 points. Yes, ridiculous. It's seven
But
people voted for. Oh, I don't get it, man. There's no way,
yeah,
no
I'm
way
gonna
at all.
and you just go. I think it's just what was more popular at the time. I mean, My Hero Academia is just more popular than Bleach at the current moment. Poor
True.
Ewok.
Man, it was sad.
Yeah.
I came in like I looked at the results. I'm just like, okay, you all got that easily. Next thing I know, I get I see you with the post and just like, oh, all for one wins. I'm like, what? Well, like, what are people smoking? Like, absolutely no way.
Who we got next? Shishimaru from Inuyasha and King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist. Doesn't matter, Brotherhood or whatever. Doesn't matter.
I mean, both are different. Like again, I hate regular Full Metal Alchemist, so let's talk about Brotherhood.
Okay. No.
I honestly didn't mind whoever came out of this. I would have been fine with, even though I
Yeah.
voted him. Like I voted barely just to
Mhm.
put a throw wrench in this because I was just tight from the previous battle. But I mean, if I'm gonna like really think about this, I mean, Shishomaru could have won that just because Shishomaru, like both of them are excellent swordsmen in the fight, but Shishomaru is just like, I mean, his thing. If Shishomaru goes to the dogwood, I don't really see how he beats Bradley that way. School would just have to stick with the battle. But Shishomaru's sword, I think the Tenseiga it like hurts demons, which I
Mhm.
guess considering now when you could become the becoming homunculus, I guess those are can also be considered demon types.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
the so yes, in all honesty, like if I really wanted to do it, like if I was like taking this at that point, I would just type So that's why I voted King Bradley. But if I'm really gonna think about it, Shishomaru is definitely gonna. I would should definitely have won that one.
I had voted for Shishimaru just because that's I haven't watched truly watched Full Metal Alchemist, so I don't know King Bradley that well. Where I know Shishimaru just because I've watched Inuyasha, so that's kind of how my vote went.
Yeah,
Didn't really have but much of an explanation for that one. Yeah,
you need to
but
definitely need to watch that.
yeah,
Watch
but
Brotherhood though.
got you. But yeah, now King Bradley took that one though. So that completes like the first round.
The first round.
Mm-hmm. On to the second. Now we have Madara versus Naraku.
Let's just go ahead and breeze past that one. Madara got the W.
Yeah.
Narako shouldn't even been here.
Yo,
Nonsense.
Naraku only got one vote for that battle.
Again, I don't know who's voting Narako on this one. Just nonsense.
But yeah, so the next one we got Griffith versus Husaka.
Griffith
Hisaka.
versus Hisoka.
Hisoka. Dang it. Anyways, yeah.
Griffith versus Hisoka. Again, I don't know Hisoka.
Hmm.
And for me, Griffith has never lost in a berserk. So I went with Griffith.
Yeah. So this one actually wasn't as popular a battle, which is why I mean Hisoka yeah. He won, but it just wasn't as popular as like votes wise.
Yeah.
It's
I
unfortunate.
need I need to know Hisoka's abilities like that.
Hmm. He's got that bubble gum ability. He can like get things to stick to his hands. He can actually apply it to the rest of his body too. But um, in the beginning of the anime, it's known that he does it from his hands. But if you continue to watch on, you'll see he can use it in other parts.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. So that's the second round of the left side. So moving on to the second round of the right side. So this one, Kid Buu versus Demon King. Um, I get why Demon King won, but at the time I was more like, holy crap, how did Kid Buu lose? Because I hadn't finished Seven Deadly Sins.
People really thought that I don't know because when put it to when the tournament first came out, a lot of people were just like, "Oh, Kid Boo's gonna win this easily." I was
Mm-mm.
like, "Nah," I was like, "He might not, he might not." And this was the battle that I was good, and this was the battle why exactly why I said he might not win this. So again, Demon King's ability, the ruler, it stops anything that's meant to damage him. He inverts it to heals him. So Kibu just can't use his regular attacks like he do a planetary devastation. Um, he's not gonna take any damage off of that.
Mm-mm.
And so I was just like, he can't really hurt him, and Kid Buu doesn't have the ability to make um demon to heal other people. Actually, he healed well, Majin Buu healed the dog. So if it
Yeah.
was Majin Buu, he might have been able to take Demon King using that. Because if he had
Mm.
avoided, but Kid Buu's never really healed anybody except himself. He
I
doesn't
mean,
heal others.
he might have the ability if Majin Buu was able to do it, but because Kid Buu was evil, he never
Yeah.
attempted to try and heal anybody but himself.
So and that's why I gave it to and that's honestly why I chose Demon. But another reason why I chose Demon King because like there was the argument, oh, well, Kid Buu can just absorb Demon King. But as you can see what happens, and if you read the manual, you'll find out. But like the whole thing, basically, what it is, the Ten Commandments are the Demon King's power. And you know, Meliodas is talking about how he wants to be the next Demon King. It's just like as whoever holds all of the Ten Commandments becomes the Demon King. Well, what that really means is literally whoever holds all 10 commandments becomes the Demon King. So the really means is the Demon King will become that person and take over that person's body.
Yeah.
So and the picture you saw was the Demon King after he took over the body. So if Kid Buu were to absorb the Demon King with the Ten Commandment power, the Demon King would just take over Kid Buu,
And that's Kid Buu would
and
become Demon King.
yeah, and that's why I chose Demon King to win it.
That makes
Everyone's, oh,
sense.
Kid Buu can destroy the planet where he were Earth. I'm just like, Kid Buu could have also destroyed Supreme Kai's planet, and he did not. That still doesn't make any sense to me. Like he blew up Earth, but then kept the Supreme Kai's planet alive. So there's just like, where he was like, oh well, we could just destroy the world. I'm just like, he could, but he didn't though.
I don't know what the that definitely had to be like some kind of plot base for the anime. Like they just needed they needed a
Yeah,
planet to fight on. I don't know.
I'm
That's
saying if it's getting down to the ability to fight, I had Demon King winning. That's like you can absorb Demon King, but with the Ten Commandments, he's just going to take over that body.
hmm But yeah, Demon King does win though, 9-2. And then next we have All for One versus King Bradley. I actually had no like quarrels on who was gonna win this one, but I can see that you probably are like, how did first off he All for One shouldn't have even beaten
Yep, yep, exactly, exactly. Like I obviously I think awful in this matchup, all for one would beat King Bradley. I'm still voting King Bradley just to get all for one out of here. Yeah, he doesn't deserve to be here, man. Tightness really
uh
took over this the voting for me in this tournament. Yes, I know people
oh
can feel how they want to feel. They have their own opinions, but come
yeah,
on.
but All for One ends up being King Bradley as well. Oh man. So now we move on. We got the semifinals on the left side, which is against Madara versus, I always butchers. I don't know why I keep butchering his name. Hizuka.
Hisoka.
Hizuka. Yeah. Feel like this one just went to popularity. I mean, I had Madara winning this one too, but
Yeah. I mean, I've seen everything that Madara can do. And from what
mm,
you guys have told me about Hisoka, I don't see how he beats Madara.
yeah. This is actually a unanimous win for Madara. There were no votes for Hizuka, so
As it shouldn't be. I mean, we saw what Madara did the moment he came back. Like he got Ryu with the Edo Tensei.
mhm.
But this was before he got all of his like the abilities with the he went Sage Six Path and became the Ten Tails Cherokee. Like this was like the moment he got back and was fighting Gara's group,
Yep,
he wrecked them all.
light work for him,
It
man.
was ridiculous. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I had. That's why I had Madara winning. Nothing I've heard from Hisoka had me thinking that he was going to. And apparently, the people agree.
yep. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. You know what's funny? And I just noticed it just because I'm looking at them right now. Both semifinals matches were unanimous. Like the winner won without the loser actually getting a vote.
Get a vote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well,
So,
because now we got on the right side, we got Demon King versus All for One.
yep.
Like, again, doesn't deserve. Shouldn't have even made it that far.
Yeah. Demon King takes this one. I mean, just for the same reasons that you explained before about the Demon King, there's nothing that All One could do here. He was just he was straight out of luck.
I went honestly when I saw that come on, I'm just like, yo, people are gonna put All for One. I was that one actually surprised me. I thought people were gonna put All for One into the final.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
I,
know
I really
my here.
did.
Yeah, now, I know My Hero Academia is definitely popular, but I don't know. At least for me, like once I started watching Seven Deadly Sins, I was just like, I was hooked. Um, their power levels, at least for me, I think their power levels are just like insane. Not saying like the people from My Hero Academia don't have insane powers. It's just I think Seven Deadly Sins is just more powerful than the people in MHA.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But
And we got the
now,
final matchup:
yeah,
Madara versus Demon King. At this point, I didn't care, but
no.
who won? Who won that matchup? But yeah, I knew it was gonna go to Madara.
So, with all the stuff we had mentioned before about the Demon King, would the Demon King be able to take over Madara or no?
Madara would have to absorb him, but also like he wanted to make sure that Madara was not supposed to like kill him because again, if he has the Ten Commandments, like with each commandment power, you would have to make sure he doesn't invoke it or he'd fall victim to the curse of each commandment. Which
Yep.
again, that's why like I wouldn't have cared if Demon King won because like yeah, maybe Madara would get affected by any one of the Ten Commandments. However, I mean, there's nothing that can really if, again Demon King gets trapped into a genjutsu. Like we don't really have anything on that
Yeah.
because basically it was just like, oh, he can just hurt him because can be for a battle. Like he can stop, I guess, Madara from like trying to do damage with like the ninjutsu or everything. But it's like, yo, you throw in a genjutsu, and it's just like you hurt yourself. He can
Mm-hmm.
make you think like you invoke your ability when you really didn't. Kind of like with the Sasuke Danzo fight when Danzo kept trying to use Izanagi, and
Mm-hmm.
then Sasuke played him and made him think he had more time left when he really didn't.
It's true. Sasuke was a beast. But anyways, yeah.
That's where so again, I wouldn't have mattered for me. Like for this matchup, like whoever like the audience decided, I would have been fine with.
Mm,
Just given the nature of both people,
true.
but
But
still, yeah, the Ewok versus All for One that pissed me off to no end.
that,
That pissed me off. That should have never been. Oh gosh, let me not go off. Go
control
off too
that.
much. See what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
happened.
But yeah, so Madara wins the ABZ Villain Tournament. And yeah, like I said in the beginning of the episode, I had predicted either Madara or Kid Buu, so one of my people actually won. I think you had also you said you had predicted. Did you say Madara as well or Kid
No,
Buu? I know you.
no.
I know you
It
said
was
Kid Buu though.
everybody on the right side. Would have gone to Kid Buu, Demon King, or Yua.
Gotcha.
And then Yua got bounced first round. Like ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like those were my three that I had.
gotcha. Yeah, but it's like we said. This tournament was good, but it wasn't at all to the same capacity as the main character tournament. But
And so that was our villain tournament. And now we can go. I mean, we did normally we do it at the beginning of the segment, but we're going to go into our manga chapter review.
ooh,
And
which
this
one?
week we have our latest One Punch Man chapter, what, 133?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
hold up. Let me pull it up. Yeah, it is 133.
Yes. One Punch Man chapter 133. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought this chapter was quite boring. It didn't really do anything for me because one, I mean, Tornado's still in the middle of her battle. I still don't feel like I can trust Drive Knight. He
None.
is
No.
or any of the night. Like there's Drive Knight and who's the other one? Like there's two of them
Um,
knights and they're
this
both like
is
robot type.
Drive Night and what's the funny thing is Drive Night told um Genos to be wary of or be suspicious of the other. Was it Metal Knight or
Yes, yes, Metal Knight.
yeah? But how's he gonna tell Genos to be suspicious of Metal Knight when he's also just as
Mm-hmm.
suspicious? I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Both what
bro,
Drive Knight and Metal Knight, I can't I don't trust either of them.
yeah.
Like it
It's,
is ridiculous. And like even so, like he didn't even get that much. He didn't get that much playtest. So it's like he's up to something, but you still don't really know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yo, this is sketchy as fuck. Like, no, you're sketchy, Drive Night. And we
Yep.
didn't really see anything with Tornado's battle this time.
No, it was basically that the first two pages was Drive Night, and then it went right into Ami. Is that how you pronounce his name? The dude who thinks he's well, he's at the bottom of the no, he's the top of the A class. And he's
Oh,
like, I refuse to go to the S class because I need to vet everyone before they make it to the S class. I think his name's Ami. I forget his hero name. Something Mask or
oh,
Beautiful
Sweet
Mask.
Mask. Yeah,
Sweet Mask. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
This chapter, like this dude was getting embarrassed. Like, why was this chapter about Sweet Mask?
Yeah.
It made no sense for what's going on right now. Like, that is like the least important character that I care
Adam.
about, in like
Facts.
especially what's going on right now. He might be the least important character I feel in the entire show. Like,
Yeah.
Sweet Mask is absolutely nothing. It's like, yo, I need to get my reputation back. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, everybody sees like he's singing in different lines. Like, oh, are they making fun of me? Blah, blah. I'm just like, why do I care?
Yeah. And his weakness. Why is his weakness ugly? Like, if he fights anyone that's ugly, he can't fight anymore. Like, that's like the lamest weakness I've ever seen in my life.
Like, and I get it's like this is a parody, like
Yeah.
this is a parody manga or whatever, and it's supposed to be ridiculous like that. That's just some nonsense, though. Like, honestly, I
Yep.
hate Sweet Mask. Like, Sweet Mask is worse than Moomin Rider for me. Sweet
No,
Mask
it's a
is worse
fact.
than
No,
Moomin
I honestly like Moonman Rider.
because Moomin, at least Moomin Rider, yeah, he's a jabroni. He's an actual like hero. He's like a
Mm,
real hero. Sweet Mask is trash, man. Sweet Mask is
100%.
trash. I didn't need all those. I didn't need a whole entire chapter dedicated to him. Way too many pages. Way too many
Yeah.
pages talking about Sweet Mask. He didn't even do anything.
He just freaks out. And then he throws his head into the rocks to clear his mind. Cause he was losing his mind clearly. And then he's like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I walked off. He's like, yo, if there's one thing is perseverance is like end chapter. And honestly, it wouldn't bug me as much if this was like a weekly manga thing. But no,
Yeah.
it's barely even a monthly. Like this schedule is so sporadic for
So
One Punch
sporadic.
Man chapters that the fact that it took so long for this chapter to come out and we got Sweet Mask.
Nothing. We got nothing.
Not even, like we didn't even get Saitama and where he's in like to the warp like dungeon. We didn't get anything on Tornado's battle,
Mm-mm.
and we got Sweet Mask. We got Sweet Mask. It was ridiculous. Like no King, no
Mm-mm.
Genos, no Sweet Mask,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other people checking on Sweet Mask conditions. Like if Sweet Mask is going to do something important, like later on for this battle to actually win it, all right, cool, I get it. I don't like in my heart of hearts, I don't see that happening.
It's
I
not
don't see that
happening.
happening. Yeah, I don't see that happening at all. So the
Nah,
fact
he's
that we just got teeth, we like a new like when I saw there was a new chapter, I got a geeked. I was like, yes, let's go. About time. Let's see how this battle goes. And either
mhm.
continues, ends, or wraps up. Nah. Sweet Mask. Like that's like the ultimate troll.
I was. They played this hard. I don't know if they want to like just sneak in a little psychological update, like because I mean prior to this, how much of Suit Mask do we even get? We get nothing. So the whole point of learning about him, like you said, it defeats the purpose. So I don't. Maybe he gets killed. There has to be something. Otherwise, there'd be no reason for him to be brought up.
I don't even see how killing him off does anything for the story. He's not that important. Like, yo, if Sweet Mask is someone's favorite character, I'm sorry, dog. You need to find somebody else. Like,
Yeah, you do.
I really wouldn't like if Sweet Match died. Like it would not affect me one bit. I'd just be like, that sucks, and it's just like, yo, next page,
Facts.
next page. Like Sweet Mask is not a cool character. I mean, if something changes down the line, maybe cool, but
Mhm.
right now, Sweet Mask is trash.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna sum it up. One Punch Man, chapter 133, garbage. It's not. It's not. It's not worth reading. Like you can skip it. You can go 132 to 134 when 134 comes out. Like
Pretty much,
yeah,
pretty much. Like I, d- whenever we get there, probably within the next 2.5, 3 months.
that's true.
Like I can't believe we waited that long just to get that chapter.
Yeah.
So terrible.
Do you even know what the delay is? Is it? I don't like. I mean, most are weekly. I know my monthly ones. I just don't understand why this one. This is not even monthly. This is like you said, a month and a half, 2 months. It doesn't even have a time. Yeah,
Dang.
I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is on that bad boy.
Fire Force is worse.
Oh my goodness! I actually stopped
Unless
watching Fire Force. I mean,
unless they
reading.
unless of course the only thing I can say for Fire Force is if maybe and I didn't check on that. Maybe like the manga team just stopped due to COVID and they just haven't gone back. That's the only thing I can suggest. Because
Hmm.
I didn't read Fire Force until like later on, so I didn't know what its schedule was. It seems like it's monthly. Because what the I
Uh,
think the latest chapter is 134 or
I
135, and I've
I
just
will.
caught up to it.
So I kind of came in late like yourself, and I kind of just flew through all the chapters, and I was like having a grand old time until I got to the end. And I've noticed it kind of feels monthly, but I can't like pinpoint like
Yeah, it
the
does like
time.
it because it doesn't because like when the one chapter ends, it doesn't say like when the next chapter is coming out
Yeah,
or whatever. It just
you
like
just
it just ends.
yeah, and you just have to just wait and hope. But no, we can
So yeah, 135 is the last one I've seen, but I didn't even know
yeah,
when that was released. But
but
but yeah, catching up on Fire Force, that was obviously like it felt relieving. Like I'm excited to see when all this gets animated.
mhm,
It's crazy the way they find out more about the Amaterasu.
yeah,
Like, ooh, so good.
I just like Shinra and oh, what's his brother's name?
Show.
Show. I forgot. It's so simple. 3 letters. SHO.
Yep.
Yeah, when they actually well, because I know Shenra goes into just quick spoiler for other people who haven't read that far in the manga. Shenron's investigating his brother because he finds out his brother's still alive, but then Sho starts investigating why his memories were lost and all that stuff, and what happened to their mother, Shinra and Sho's mother. So that stuff's pretty intense.
Yeah, Shermer definitely. Wait. You said Show's investigating?
Oh, how far are you?
Wait, how many?
Let
How
me
many
let
manga
me
chapters are there?
hold up.
On this?
Let me pull up mine real quick. Hold up.
I'm probably still behind. I thought there was. 'Cause my app says there's only 135, and if that's way off, then I gotta go into some research
Oh,
myself to find the other chapters.
your app's way off, bro.
Damn.
It's 245 is the last one I read.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that the last arc I read, um, they went to that island
Oh,
and
that's what
they
you're.
found out and they found out about more about the preacher and the tear
Mhm.
in the space.
And you had the talking penguin and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I know where you're at. Holy
Oh,
crap.
okay. So now I finally got the right version of Fire Force. So if with my manga app, like a lot of the anime, I have to put it in their Japanese name, and it
Oh,
the official
that's
one.
actually that's actually how I search Fire Force. I search it by its Japanese name, not by Fire Force. But I just call it Fire Force because it's easier for people to understand.
Yep, I got a long way to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Well, with this else, I got something to do in my downtime now.
There you go. No, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll do a recap on Fire Force manga next week.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be done by all of this next week, but we still got our next week's episode to do. But oh my
Yep.
gosh, yes, I am reading. Also, my hero should be out hopefully later today.
Yeah, it usually comes out noon time for me. Eastern Standard Time for those that aren't in the East Coast.
Yeah, we run on the Eastern Standard Time. That's what we do.
Hmm.
Let me go ahead. Yep, putting all these manga chapters right now on my Kindle. Oh boy, do I got some reading. Yeah, I thought I was all caught up.
Hmm.
No, but it's crazy. Like just finding out like Joker's, but more Joker's backstory,
Oh
and from what
yeah,
I read up to, honestly, like it just made like that is my favorite character so
I was
far.
gonna say I like Joker a whole lot more because of that.
Like Joker's backstory is awesome.
Hmm.
Just working in the shadows. I'm just like, yes.
Joker's a cool dude. I thought it was weird and stuff at first because I couldn't really figure him out, but now I know what he's about.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'll I'll let you get caught up though. Oh man, I didn't. That's such a gap.
Yep. Huge
Oh,
gap.
yeah. Well,
But it was crazy. Like honestly, I think reading up to it, I think I can't wait for when they do the fifth Adola Burst arc
mm,
because that girl is insane. Like I knew I when I won't spoil anything, but like when it came time for her to make the decision, I knew what her decision was gonna be. But that is a
you know what?
crazy. That's a crazy power to have.
Yeah, I was confused because I couldn't. I didn't know she was. I'm gonna call her crazy. I didn't know she was crazy. Like leading up to it, it seemed like at least I thought she was gonna make the right decision when I was reading that, or what I consider to be the right decision. People,
Yeah.
sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, for her, it's probably the right decision.
yeah. So that one had me confused, but
But
oh
it's
well.
crazy. Like they're getting more into like the eight Adola burst and everything's going to monsters. Like eight's like I guess the magic number.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you.
And then they brought back the old dude. What was his name? Like Natsu or Natsuo, the guy, the little boy that Rekka put the bug in to try and get
Oh
the.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you're
But
talking about.
yeah,
You know what's even cooler? It, the abilities of like the other pillars when
yeah.
you get up
Well,
to that.
yeah, I haven't caught them all, but like so far, some of them, the other Adola burst, like looking at those abilities, they're kind of they're sweet.
Yeah. Oh man, this is so much you're missing. So much I want to talk about, but
I know.
I'll
I
I'll wait for
gotta
you to
catch
cut.
up now,
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
but don't
You gotta get
worry,
caught up.
it will happen
Nice, nice.
sooner. Especially because I got vacation coming up, and ooh, I cannot wait. That's what I'm gonna do just for vacation. Just between my Call of Duty gameplay
Yep.
is definitely read and catch up on Fire Force. I really thought I was caught up, man. I really thought I was caught up. You said no, man.
It's all good.
I got
Not
played
some.
by my own app.
Yeah. No. Sometimes I gotta search because some like I'll read something and I feel like at least when I like see like on like um Instagram or Facebook or something where there's another something someone's talking about that I haven't even read yet. So then I just have to search other sites to find because sometimes not all the sites that I use have the fullest chapters or to the most recent chapter, I should say.
Yep.
So
And now after reading it, after reading what I've read so far, I'm tight that you and Jamil spoiled that on the Fire Force recap. Joker and the captain with the eyes. I'm just like, yo, what are you talking about? I was like, that's definitely not season one material.
it wasn't.
I'm just like, yo, now after reading, I'm just like, oh, these niggas spoiling.
Oh man. Nah, I just have to say, Quiet Jams is the biggest spoiler of all. I just want to
Oh
throw that
yeah,
out there. But yeah,
definitely.
nah,
So that's why he needs to take a break.
yeah,
Spoil that baby instead of spoiling our anime.
facts. Oh no, I think that I think that sums up our episode for today, though.
Yep. Unless you got anything else to say.
That's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Anime Brothers.
Hell yeah.
Like as always, do your due diligence. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Hit us up on Instagram at Anime Brothers. If you're on Twitter, find us on Twitter at A Brothers. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, we will.
Any out.
Annie out, y'all.